the northwest of Argentina. It's a pleasure to call here Federico Ochoa from Socompa and also from Finca Valentina and Osteria El Peñón. So, Fede, welcome. The mic is yours, please.
Hola, Roberto. Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for this time. I am Fede Ochoa. I represent the Socompa Group. We're quite an incredible company focused in Northwest Argentina. We've been in the market for more than 17 years. It is a pleasure to introduce the adventure travel company and the hotels. First of all, I want to say that I am the executive manager from Socompa. I've been part of the company for the last 7 years. This September, I'm going to be 7 years in the company, and I can say that it's been a whole challenge, and the way we create trips here, it's amazing. Every single year, something new is happening. So that's why I want to introduce this presentation from the behind the company, a personal story. How was the beginning of Socompa? So I'm going to share the screen. Please let me know if you can see it.
Yes, we do.
It is downloaded. There we go. Well, to talk about Socompa, first of all, we have to say who's the founder. The owner of Socompa is an Italian guy, my friend, Fabrizio Ghilardi. Well, Fabrizio came here in the early 2002, 2003 to South America to do some exploration in the area. He used to work in a bank in an Italian financial place in Milano. And as long as he liked sport and he liked to do alpinism, he took a trip in South America to visit some countries, and especially Chile. Of course, he was in Argentina at the beginning, and then from there so on, he had to pass through Salta to get to San Pedro de Atacama. In that particular trip, in a bus, he met a famous archaeologist from this region, Constanza Cerruti. She was in charge of the discovery of the Yuyayaco mummy kits, the Inca kits, best preserved mummies in the world. And he had the chance to talk with this lady. He just spent a couple of days in Salta, but he knew anything about this area. During the whole trip to Chile, this lady talked a lot with him about the incredible attractions you can find over here. So he planned a second trip to this area, and of course he climbed this amazing huge volcano called Yuyayaco, 6,700 meters above sea level. And closer to this, when I mean closer, it means 7 hours driving, he took also the summit of this volcano, Volcano Socompa. The summits are sacred places. And whenever he got into the summit, it was quite an inspirational place and a great moment in his life. He decided that South America is part of his life. So he had to do a new starting, leaving everything in Italy and starting a trip here in Argentina. So he said, well, I'm going to become a new business in adventure travel, but he had to do a whole exploration of this remote area. He focused on the Andes. In the Andes, you have many valleys inside each mountain change. And of course, in the middle, you have a lot of little houses or small little towns that are stopped in time. So this was the first cultural shock, because he had to explore all this area. And the first question in his mind was, what about luxury? What about simplicity? Can they be synonyms? Can the simplicity be part of equality? So he started checking all these little small services that you can find in the little towns to organize trips, of course, first of all, with exploration. So Fabri planned to do his new business in here, and he was seeking and searching for all the best services that you can find in the region to set a trip as the way he understands the landscape. Of course, the goal was always focused on the Socompa border with the volcano, the Polar Grande area, and all the salt flats in the middle. So you can see a picture over here with the old Toyota Hilux to take you around this area. Consider that it was 2003, the kind of vehicles to run the huge exploration in these remote areas were like rudimentary vehicles, an engine 2.8, no turbo, really slow as a donkey, but not so comfortable. Anyway, you could reach any place with this kind of donkeys. So Fabri said, well, vehicles are not so good, but we need to put more services on it. So he started asking for a global site or iridium system for navigation and to get the base connect with all the circuit. And it was quite an incredible adventure. And for the beginning, the tourists that came here were like the ones who were searching for the hard adventure. Actually, with the years, it has changed a lot. So the passion he got from this place was just incredible. He could understand how the connection from the landscape, the history, and also the culture was part of this incredible place. So the clue was how to promote this to our clients, not only the direct clients, but also the intermediate clients as tour companies, TMCs, and travel agencies. He did a lot of work to connect his passion from here to Europe. So at the beginning, he started working with the Italy embassy and Argentinian embassy in Italy, opposite, to generate these presentations with the photographies from this area, and all by his own. So this incredible place, the Puna area, was not a real product at all at the beginning. So this man did a lot for this particular product. So the concept of how to interact with the people, how to be part of it, was a clue. He started living like weeks in this little town and connected with people and tried to get confident with them. So at the beginning, it was not easy because you have to consider it was an Italian European guy in the middle of the Puna, the earliest 2000, something not common. Consider that these remote places, they do not have electricity, or at the beginning, they didn't have even phone signal at all. So they get confident with them. And he realized that to connect with the great trip is to do a perfect briefing, to be clear and honest on the kind of services you're going to promote. And of course, be clear with the expectations. So, as I said, he was moving in Salta. He got his girlfriend from London to Salta to live here. And they started this beautiful house, which nowadays is Finca Valentina. And at the beginning was their own house. Only 4 rooms. Nowadays we have 10 incredible rooms on the outskirts of Salta. And the life that this family has was quite different than the ones that I do, for example, with my own family. Every single week, a client, a tourist was living around them. So I want to introduce you Valentina, the lady in the middle. Valentina is an architecture from Italy. She promotes local work from women, the sustainability, and she's been doing such a great work with the finca. For us, it is just a pleasure to say that she could match the simplicity in this hotel and then move it down to the other hotel we own, which is Osteria de Altura El Peñón. This place, my colleagues, it is a remote and incredible town in the middle of the Puna in Catamarca province. This hotel has only 8 rooms, and we've been managing the hotels for the last 12 years. What a challenge, because at the beginning, the hotel was part of the municipality, for the public government. And Fabricio asked to get the concession from this place and to get into the business for 20 years. So we're running the business for more than half of the life. And it is not easy at all because we are 8 hours away from our logistic base, it means Salta City, and also 8 hours away from the main capital, Catamarca. imagine to take all the supplies from a city to this area, to this remote area, where you have only 8 hours electricity, where you do not have phone connection at all, you have satellite internet, and everything is quite simple, but it's the luxury you can get in here. The best place to stay in the Puna would be this hotel. So to run a business in here was, again, to get involved with the locals, get involved with the people. The lady we have in the middle, the one in the black coat, is Romina. Romina is the manager from the hotel. She has been here since the starting of the Osteria. And the work with them is not easy because they are local people. They do not know how to work with tourists because there is not any career in tourism. You just get only secondary school and that's it. So our company did the best. I mean, Fabricio helped them a lot by taking these people to get their capacitations in Finca Valentina, do all the trainings in the other hotel, and then return back to Osteria Altura El Peñón and working there. The people, local people in the Andes, they're really shy. This is something that you should know. So get them to be confident and relaxed. It's not easy at all. You have to do a lot of work. So not only helping people, I mean, with the job and Osteria, but also helping people there with their kids, with their families. We support any single project our staff has. For example, Romina and his family, they own a vehicle. They run 4-wheel drive excursions in the area. We help them to build their house. We help the school from Osteria, from El Peñón town, sorry, with books, with food, with any elements that we could join and get from Salta to there. Well, the particular life-transforming adventure from Fabri has not only changed his life forever, but he managed to generate a new model of authentic travel in Northwest Argentina, because it became a benchmark of adventure tourism guides, the way he used to work at the beginning of the history, the way he organized all the services in this area, this remote particular area, the connection with the people, and the kind of tour that you have to bring is not easy at all, considering the landscape and the remote areas. So Socompa nowadays has transformed this way of standards that the travel guides have. This is the group nowadays that is run for all people living here in Salta. In 2016, Fabri and his family went back to Italy and they started a new project over there. But what we believe is that they left us in our hands to continue with the company, something not easy considering our way to work in this traditional standard business in Latin America, or particularly in Salta. So this team has a role, a particular role, and we're committed with the DNA and the philosophy of our company. We know what to do in each of our positions. It is a challenge, you know, to get this kind of travel and the quality of services separating or getting a split from one person to a company. And we did it. We're so happy to say that we could join a group of great guides. We serve here in the whole Northwest with freelancers guide by checking the standards and giving the opportunity to work with another philosophy of trips. And they get engaged and they know how to do it. And the kind of service we produce in our commercial and advisory area, it is focused in a way of a travel designer. We try not to operate only packages or products. We try to think in tailor-made, try to understand the way our client has as a need, as a must. Nowadays, technology has helped us a lot to have new vehicles, not anymore the old Toyota Hilux. We have a great fleet of 7 4-wheel drives. They're all brand new. And we are encouraging all the new guides to be part of this adventure, because it's not only by driving and guiding. You need to do a lot more. You need to prepare a picnic. You need to understand the service that we produce. And we encourage also women to become part of our team. It's not common to find out a tour guide, a woman tour guide, driving in the altitude, driving in the middle of the Cordillera de los Andes, because it is more related with the man job. And we're trying to break with this concept, because we do understand that women can do this job. For example, we have two guides. One is Roxana, short, small girl, but brave heart, and she can manage the diesel on the tank. She can prepare picnics. She can drive in the middle of the snow and the sun and the sofa. And we can do all of this because of the confidence, because it is part of our philosophy to create opportunities. So we teach, we give a test, and we share this opportunity with them. What it is important that you understand is that it's not only about standards. We create, and we know that human relationships is something that has to be open and natural. We leave our staff of guys being their own. In the middle, you can find Luis, for example. Luis was a truck guy in Italy for 7 years. Nowadays, he's the standard of our guiding adventure travel standard in Socompa. And he will do a trip in his own way, comparing to Lautaro, the young boy over there that is still learning a lot, but he's Lautaro, and he will connect with the clients in his own way. We try to be as natural as possible. Fabricio always said, you have to connect with the nature, connect with the cultural, but by your own. You have to give your history. You have to be clear how your grandma prepared the empanada, the traditional food, how you get the festivity in Argentina. For example, I don't dance folklore, but I play the bass and I play it in folklore. So my relationship with the folklore is not the same as maybe Luis that plays the guitars. So it's all about details. It's all about being yourself. Nowadays, Fabricio still running other projects in Italy. As you can see over there, he's running because he got his new degree as an Ironman coach. He runs this incredible career and triathlones all over the world. And he's running also a business in his small farm in the north of Tuscany in Italy. We're so happy to have him as a boss, as a mentor, because he trusts us. And whenever you trust, you create this atmosphere that you work with the principles. The DNA of what he has left in Argentina is still nowadays with us. We could, Socompa could split the man from the company. And this was the challenge. We could do it, and we're happy to say the behind the scene on the way we produce the services. Nowadays, we cannot only find a Socompa transfer or just an accommodation in the Puna or in Salta City, but we can encourage and be part of different and complex expeditions from 10 days, 2 weeks across Argentina and the northwest of Chile. Be happy to join us. Thank you very much for your time.
Wow, what a great presentation. A story of love made by people and beliefs, and wow, incredible, incredible. Congrats. It was very inspiring. Thank you very much, Fede. Thank you very, very much for you and for your team. Thank you very much.